Hello, and welcome to Sustainastep, your free guide to everything sustainability. I'm Karam. Today, we're taking a step towards a greener future by exploring a topic that's not just crucial for our planet, but for businesses of all sizes as well: reducing the carbon footprint of small and medium enterprises. Our journey will take us through understanding what a carbon footprint is, strategies to reduce it, and real-world examples of successful reduction measures. We'll also delve into how you can implement these strategies in your own business, making a difference not just for your bottom line, but for the world we all share. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, or simply someone interested in sustainability, this video is designed to provide insights and practical tips to help you make a positive impact. Now let's dive into what a carbon footprint is and why it's so important. First off, you might be wondering, what exactly is a carbon footprint? Well, let's dive right into it. A carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gases that are generated by our actions. It's usually measured in tons of CO2 emissions produced per year, and it's a way of quantifying the impact our actions have on the environment. Now, why does this matter? Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide are major contributors to global warming and climate change. The larger our carbon footprint, the greater our impact on the environment. It's a bit like a trail of breadcrumbs, except instead of leading to a gingerbread house, it leads to rising global temperatures, melting ice caps, and an unstable climate. But it's not all doom and gloom. By understanding our carbon footprint, we can take steps to reduce it. And this is where businesses, particularly small and medium enterprises, come into play. Businesses are major contributors to global carbon emissions. Everything from the electricity used in offices, to the fuel consumed in transportation, to the waste produced by manufacturing processes contributes to a business's carbon footprint. However, this also means that businesses have a huge opportunity to reduce global carbon emissions by making more sustainable choices. For small and medium enterprises, this could involve steps such as improving energy efficiency, reducing waste, or choosing more sustainable suppliers. These changes can not only reduce a business's carbon footprint, but they can also lead to cost savings and improved public relations. After all, in today's world, sustainability isn't just a buzzword, it's a business imperative. This is why understanding your business's carbon footprint is so crucial. It's not just about doing the right thing for the environment, although that's certainly important. It's also about finding ways to run your business more efficiently and effectively, and positioning your business as a leader in sustainability. So as you can see, reducing our carbon footprint is not just good for the environment, but it's also good for business. Now that we understand what a carbon footprint is, let's talk about how we can reduce it. The first key strategy we can adopt is energy efficiency. This can be as simple as switching to energy-efficient appliances and lighting, or as complex as redesigning your entire operation to minimize energy use. Think about how you can reduce the amount of energy you use in your day-to-day operations. Can you switch to LED lights? Could you install solar panels or use other forms of renewable energy? Every little bit helps. Next, let's think about waste management. Every piece of waste you produce that ends up in a landfill contributes to your carbon footprint. Can you reduce the amount of waste you produce? Could you recycle or compost more? What about reusing materials instead of throwing them away? Again, every step you take towards reducing waste helps to decrease your carbon footprint. Sustainable sourcing is another crucial strategy. Where do your raw materials come from? How are they produced? Are there more sustainable options available? For example, if you're a restaurant owner, could you source your ingredients from local farmers who use sustainable farming practices? If you're a manufacturer, could you use recycled materials in your products? Transportation is another area where you can make significant reductions. Can you reduce the distance your products need to travel? Could you use electric vehicles or other low-emission options for transportation? If you're a service provider, could you offer online services to reduce the need for travel? And finally, consider your water usage. Water treatment and heating require a lot of energy, contributing to your carbon footprint. Can you reduce your water usage? Could you install water-efficient appliances or fixtures? These are just a few of the strategies we can use. Let's look at some more specific examples. Let's take a look at some businesses that have successfully reduced their carbon footprint. Our first case study takes us to a small organic farm in the English countryside. The owners of this farm were passionate about reducing their carbon footprint, and they did so by switching to renewable energy sources. They installed solar panels and a small wind turbine. These renewable energy sources not only powered their operations, but they also generated excess energy that was sold back to the grid. This strategy not only reduced their carbon footprint, but it also turned into a new stream of revenue for them. Next, let's visit a medium-sized manufacturing company based in Germany. They achieved a significant reduction in their carbon footprint by optimizing their production processes. They did this by investing in energy-efficient machinery and implementing lean manufacturing principles, which reduced waste and improved efficiency. This resulted in lower energy consumption and a smaller carbon footprint. Moreover, these changes led to cost savings and an increase in their profit margin. Across the pond, a clothing retailer in New York City found success in reducing their carbon footprint through a different approach. They decided to source their materials from sustainable suppliers and implemented a recycling program for their products. Customers could return their old clothes, which were then recycled or repurposed. This not only reduced the amount of waste going to landfills, but also reduced the need for new materials, thus lowering their carbon footprint. An added benefit was that their customers appreciated their commitment to sustainability, which increased their brand loyalty. In sunny California, a tech startup reduced its carbon footprint by encouraging remote work. By allowing their employees to work from home, they reduced the need for commuting, which is a significant source of carbon emissions. They also saw a decrease in their energy consumption as they needed less office space. This strategy led to a smaller carbon footprint and happier employees who appreciated the flexibility. Our final case study is a restaurant in Tokyo. They reduced their carbon footprint by sourcing their food locally. This not only reduced the emissions from transporting food over long distances, but also supported local farmers. They also implemented a composting program for their food waste, turning it into nutrient-rich soil for local farms. This circular economy approach reduced their waste and carbon footprint and increased their popularity with environmentally conscious consumers. In each of these cases, the businesses implemented strategies that were suited to their industry and operations. They all saw benefits beyond just reducing their carbon footprint. They saved costs, increased their revenue, improved their brand image, and even increased employee satisfaction. These case studies show that reducing your carbon footprint doesn't have to be a costly or difficult endeavor. It can be an opportunity for innovation and improvement. It's about looking at your operations and identifying where you can make changes that will not only reduce your carbon footprint, but also benefit your business in other ways. As you can see, these businesses not only reduced their carbon footprint, but they also saw benefits like cost savings and improved customer loyalty. So how can you implement these strategies in your own business? Let's delve into the practical steps for executing carbon footprint reduction strategies in a small or medium enterprise. It might seem daunting at first, but with careful planning and strategic implementation, it's entirely achievable. Begin with a carbon footprint audit. This involves assessing your business's current carbon emissions to understand where you stand. There are several online tools and resources available that can help you with this. Once you know your starting point, you can set realistic and measurable goals for reduction. Next, identify the areas where you can make the most significant impact. Is it energy usage, waste production, or perhaps transportation? Once you've pinpointed these areas, develop a comprehensive plan that outlines the steps you'll take to reduce emissions in each area. Now let's talk about energy efficiency. It's one of the most effective ways to reduce your carbon footprint. Consider investing in energy-efficient appliances and equipment. This might require an upfront cost, but the long-term savings and reductions in emissions are well worth it. Moreover, adopting renewable energy sources like solar or wind power can make a significant difference. Waste reduction is another crucial strategy. Encourage recycling and composting in your workplace. It might also be beneficial to reduce packaging or switch to biodegradable alternatives. Additionally, consider digitizing operations where possible to reduce paper waste. Transportation is another area where you can make substantial changes. Encourage employees to carpool, use public transportation, or cycle to work. If your business involves delivery of goods, consider using electric vehicles or optimizing delivery routes to reduce fuel consumption. Now, implementing these changes won't always be smooth sailing. You may encounter resistance from employees or logistical challenges. However, clear communication and education can help overcome these hurdles. Explain the reasons behind the changes and the benefits they'll bring, not just to the business, but to the environment as a whole. Regular training sessions can also ensure everyone is on board and understands the new practices. In terms of logistical challenges, strategic planning and seeking expert advice can help. It might be beneficial to hire a sustainability consultant or form a green team within your organization to oversee the implementation process. It's also essential to track your progress. Regularly measure and record your carbon emissions to see how far you've come and where improvements can still be made. Celebrate the milestones and use them to motivate your team to continue their efforts. Remember, sustainability is not just a one-time project, it's a continuous journey. So be patient, stay committed, and be willing to adapt your strategies as needed. Finally, don't forget to communicate your efforts to your stakeholders. Customers today appreciate businesses that are environmentally responsible. So share your sustainability journey on your website, social media, and other platforms. This not only boosts your brand image, but also encourages others to take similar steps. With these tips, you're well on your way to reducing your business's carbon footprint. Reducing your business's carbon footprint is not only good for the environment, but it's also good for your bottom line. And that's the key takeaway from our discussion today. In the last 10 minutes, we've journeyed through the world of carbon footprints, understanding what they are, how they impact us, and most importantly, what we can do about them. We've discussed various strategies to reduce carbon footprints, from simple measures like energy conservation and waste reduction to more complex ones like investing in renewable energy sources and offsetting carbon emissions. We've also examined real-life case studies of businesses that have successfully implemented these strategies, proving that it's not just feasible but beneficial to go green. But remember, knowledge without action is like a car without fuel. It's not enough to just understand these concepts. We need to put them into practice. Whether you're a small retail store or a medium-sized manufacturing firm, there are always ways to make your operations more sustainable. It's about taking that first step, no matter how small, towards a greener future. Now you might be thinking, where do I start? Well, that's where we come in. Here at Sustainastep, we're dedicated to providing you with free, easy-to-understand guides to help you navigate the path to sustainability. Whether it's choosing the right energy-efficient appliances or developing a comprehensive carbon reduction plan, we've got you covered. But we can't do this alone. We need a community of like-minded individuals and businesses who are committed to making a difference. So, if you've found this video helpful, we encourage you to join our growing community. Subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button. Not only will you get access to more free sustainability tips and guides, but you'll also be helping us reach more people, spreading the message of sustainability far and wide. My name is Karam. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.